What's good? Welcome to this episode of Nonsensical Knowledge. This is episode 2. I'm here again with my man Ray Sauce.
What up?
And we are going to be discussing the topic of ghosts and spirits and entities and all kinds of other weird, crazy shit that pertains to that topic. We have some experience of our own, some history of, and things like that to see what we can come up with. First and foremost, in most cultures, ghosts are what would you say, Sauce?
In most cultures, I believe, from what I can pick up, dude.
What's the definition of a ghost? You know what I mean? What's the definition of a supernatural entity?
Well, in my personal opinion, dude, I don't think there's really an answer out there for that question. There's so many backstories to the topic that, I mean, who's to say who's right and who's wrong?
Well, no question, but I mean, like, what I'm saying is, what's the definition of a ghost? Like, Google that shit real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because if you want my definition, I can tell you. I can give you whatever definition you want.
Yeah, see, no, see what's up.
You ever see Ghostbusters?
Yeah, we don't want that definition, but no, but for real, because it's obvious. It's a pretty cool topic. It's it's funny, man, because it's nonsensical knowledge. We try to dive into stuff that people don't really want to talk about and see what's going on. There's a lot of notable hauntings. There's a lot of notable spirits and entities, and
so on the topic, so I'm chilling with Harm the other day, dude, and this girl comes over to me, and she's been getting into like ghosts and stuff, started getting into the horror films and all that other shit. She's really into the Conjuring movies, which are about Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are demonologists. Yeah, so that's we'll get into that later, but so she was sitting there saying something, and I was like, "Oh, there's a ghost behind you right now," and she was like, "Does it have the COVID?" Dude, had me fucking dying, God, bro. Dude. I'm like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, I don't even think I can get it, dude. To be honest with you, I think you got to be a physical form to.
Yeah, you got to have a
to contract that.
You got to have a body to infect.
Right, but dude, almost crying when she said that. I was like, dude, you're something else.
Yeah, no.
10-year-old girl, by the way, said this to me.
Yeah, no, it's funny shit. The kids.
So, according to Google, the definition of a ghost: an apparition of a dead person which is believed to appear or become manifest to the living, typically as a nebulous image.
Say that again. Say that 5 times fast.
Nebulous. No,
okay, that's what the definition is.
Yes.
All right. So basically, it's an anomalous entity, right? That cannot be properly explained by science. So would fall under the umbrella of the paranormal. So like a big thing is that there was a whole movement, bro. Like a couple of years back, probably like 10 more. What were we doing? When did we have our little ghost hunting phase? It was probably,
oh my God,
it was probably like fucking at 10 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean? So
damn, it's been 10 years already.
Yeah,
might even be longer.
Something like that, dude.
Jesus.
You gotta figure Cam's 15 now. So
wow.
But in any event, there's a huge movement behind this, and there's a huge science. They call it pseudoscience. But at the same time, there are people that and some notable people that have said that they've had experiences with the paranormal, or a certain entity, a certain ghost at a certain spot, a certain place. Huge people too, bro. Presidents. Obviously, there's a long history of hauntings, but there's some pretty big names that have had experiences.
Actually, speaking of that, so I know, for instance, the Stanley Hotel, which is, you know about it. It's in Colorado. It's It's actually a well-known hotel, mainly because it was the basis for the Shining movie, the book actually that Stephen King had wrote, and he was actually a person who was there. He went and had to stay there, and apparently witnessed and encountered paranormal activity, and that's what gave him the inspiration to write the book.
Well, yeah. So what I had read was that he was like looking for some sort of inspiration for the basis of a pre-existing book, right? And then what happened was he stayed there, allegedly had an experience with a maid, from what I had read. Allegedly, there was a maid that had worked there for most of her life, and is obviously deceased. And if you stayed in this room 217, she would, while you were out of the room or you were asleep, she would fold your laundry for you and put it away. Yeah, that's the story. Like that.
Dude, how great is that? You get room service, and the hotel doesn't even need to pay labor.
Yeah,
that's
true.
huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. But like, there's been a lot of reported paranormal activity there. But like, what kind of bothers me about the Stanley Hotel is and like I totally, so I'll be 100% honest, I totally believe in ghosts, spirits, entities, all that shit. I believe it's more so of an energy thing. I don't know if it's necessarily a religious thing, but at the same time,
so let me ask you this: do you believe in angels and demons and stuff like that?
I do not.
No,
I don't. I can't subscribe to it, dude.
So the different types of so there's many different types of ghosts that you can categorize. So like you got a malevolent spirit, which is something that'll attack you or do stuff with the energy that it's collecting or whatever. And a lot of ghost hunters will chalk that up to a demonic presence.
Right, so this is one of the things with this topic that is a weird undefined, I guess undetermined thought process for me, because it's obviously, I don't know, you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't fucking know if there's a God, dude. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I'm an atheist, because I do believe in consciousness. I do believe that we are connected consciously. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is with the topic of, all right, so angels and demons. Like, so let's say we only knew of angels and demons when some dude wrote a book about angels and demons. You know what I mean? Like about God and about like bro, I can tell you right now, like, hold on one second. So just in Christianity alone, Christianity doesn't even believe in that. Like, Christianity is the one almighty Holy Ghost, which is the ghost from Jesus, but Christians do not believe in any ghost from the dead. Right? The Bible reads that when a person dies, their ghost expires back to God who gave it. Their ghost does not stay behind, haunting around on the earth after leaving their corpse. So
amazingly, hearing that, dude, I believe a lot of people don't follow that in that faith, because I've heard of people following that religion talking about, I went to a medium and talked to my cousin's dog.
Okay, so but this is what I mean though. Is so for me it's undetermined. So like, I can't for sure say that there is a God. I can't say for sure that there isn't a God. You know what I mean? I haven't made it that far. Who knows if I will? But at the same time, there's a lot of instances like that. There's a lot of things, like there's some really crazy, notable like exorcisms that have happened, and like it's like it was real. Like, it was a real thing. They don't know if it was like a certain thing in mental health. They don't know if it was like a real demon possessing these people.
Have you watched like some of the videos that are out there, dude, of people performing exorcisms?
All right, well, here's my thing though, dude, is how many are really accredited by a church? They're like, most churches aren't going to say they're performing an exorcism.
Do you necessarily believe a church, whether they tell
you
something's true or
fake? I don't believe that at all. But throughout history, like, I mean, a real real exorcism. Like, there's only been a few. You
Allegedly,
know what I mean?
Even if those are real. Right. But I'm just saying, like, have you ever watched, like, the videos of these being performed? Like, because you could see, like, old school videos due to, like, people allegedly performing exorcisms. And, I mean, dude, some of the shit that's happening that you're watching these people do, I mean...
Well, like, I mean,
without having great fucking video editing technology back in the day, dude, you're sitting there like, dude, what is going on in here?
Right. But at the same time, man, fucking anything can be faked. You know what I mean? So, like, it fucking sucks. Listen, again, I believe, dude. Like, I believe that, like, I don't want to say a demonic possession. Do I want to say a negative energy? Maybe. You know what I mean? But, like, for me, we have to talk about, like, okay, spirits and entities long before established religion. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about a history that goes way back prior to when this book came out and said, oh, fuck me, dude, that is a demon, and here's some cocaine, and you'll be fine in a couple days. Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? So it's like you have this story come along about a dude that is the son of God, and he's the only ghost. He's the only guy ever that could fucking... Here we are on Easter, dude, his resurrection day, and
just
we're talking about
personal experiences. That story's a crock of shit.
Well, this is what I'm saying, though. Is like you're talking about a guy, the one and only fucking zombie story in history. You know what I mean? It drives me nuts.
World War Z didn't even have a minute.
No, exactly. You know what I mean? But so, like, for me, like the topic of spirits and entities, like, yeah, do I believe crazy shit is happening? Do I believe shit is manifesting? Energy is manifesting? Do I believe consciousness could be manifesting somewhere at a certain point, attached to a certain place or being? Like, sure, absolutely.
Well, seeing for a long time, dude, I actually, you know, my actual personal outlook on the situation was that, you know, the power and energy in your brain is
we don't know what
literally unmapped.
We don't know what it is.
You know, so, like, I believe, especially like when traumatic things happen and, you know, they say, oh, yeah, you got a residual haunting, which is something that repeats something out of its life continuously that you can't see.
Yeah, certain time, certain date, certain time.
So that's,
shit, yeah.
So, like, I believe, like, if something traumatic happened to somebody, a memory that was just so powerful in their mind is something that just gets left behind, which would coincide with the fact that the energy in the brain just is so powerful that it just gets left behind.
Well, this is another thing that is a weird unknown thing. You know what I mean? Especially like, you know, like basically the moment before, like the white light and all that shit. You know what I mean? People have said they've had certain experiences, like near-death experiences, and it's like, oh my god, I seen God, you know what I mean, or oh my god, I seen this, or whatever. But that also can be scientifically, like, kind of, what is it there? Fucking, what is it called? Discarded. I don't want to say discarded because, but like there's proof that there's shit that releases.
You can say that because that's part of the problem, dude, with this and many other topics, dude, is that things just get discarded because, oh, if you don't believe it, I'm not hearing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a terrible thing because...
Well, yeah, I'm not going to discard it without alternate information. But that's
right, but a lot of people do that.
Like, scientifically, that's like one of the big things with DMT is that, like, they're saying that, like, well, in some studies, there's evidence that, like, before you pass, like, your brain releases dimethyltryptamine, and this is consciousness, you know what I mean? Like, this is, you are breaching into another layer of consciousness instead of, like, your physical form is dead, you know what I mean? You can't save the physical form, but this is just a vehicle. Like, so now you're switching to a different plane of existence. And that's another thing with ghosts. Like, is like, so now are they in between? Did they manifest there? Are they stuck there? You know what I mean?
Is it another dimension overlapping, or is somebody traveling interdimensionally?
Bro, was it you that I was talking about with this? Like, I was saying
shit like this
that
all the time.
Fucking, with
ghosts,
how much
nonsense I talk to you
with ghosts and spirits and entities, is that, you know, that they could just be, you know what I mean, like in a dimension that we cannot see. Like, so, like, our physical eyes can only see certain spectrums. Like, that's scientifically proven. We can only see certain things, certain spectrums, certain colors. And then there's up to 7 dimensions. You know what I mean? So it's
Allegedly.
like, allegedly, right. So now, when you look at it like that, say you pass on, dude, your physical form, you leave the physical dimension, but you're still kind of there in the conscious dimension. You know what I mean? And we just can't see you anymore. Like, we can't pick you up. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, and to go along with that, kind of, I mean, like, so imagine the idea of reincarnation, where, you know, allegedly you die and you go through the rebirth process, you awaken into something else or someone else or whatever the case may be. Imagine if that is so the case,
Yes.
just in another alternate dimension.
Yeah.
And then when, you know, you're living when you're living a repeated situation, because you always
Yeah.
hear how, like, you know, if people
Well,
are talking about reincarnation,
well, it's
you're
funny, dude.
repeatedly living like
Yeah.
the same
Well,
life,
I'll
just
actually-
making different outcomes.
Bro, it's so funny you bring that up, because like Sauce and I didn't exchange notes prior to this podcast. Like, we just kind of threw some shit together for ourselves, but it's funny he's bringing up the reincarnation thing and like that Buddhist belief, because in Tibetan Buddhists believe that when a person dies, they enter an intermediate Bordeaux state from which they may be reborn in this world in a human or animal body, in the ghost world in a ghost body, in one of the paradise realms or in one of the hells. But eventually the person will die in this after death world and be reborn as a human or other creature unless they achieve nirvana, where they are beyond all states of embodiment. So it's that repeat thing. Like, you are repeating that process over and over again until you reach a certain level of consciousness. You know what I mean?
So
Until
that's
you reach.
So who's to say, like, these things, these alternate places for the spirit to go to, are intertwining to where, yeah, you're catching a ghost, and then you're talking about you got to reach a state of nirvana to not hit a reincarnation point. So what if those are the intelligent hauntings that are able to manifest energy, to make movements, to make things happen, you know, like stuff like that? Those are things or entities or whatever you want to call them that are reaching that state of nirvana to where they can control aspects outside of those other realms. You know?
Check this out. This next little fun fact. In Buddhist belief, in Tibetan belief, a tulpa is a type of ghost or being that is created through mental effort, purely from the thoughts of its creator.
I feel a little weirded out that you have these notes and I was talking shit.
Yo, bro, I told you,
saying.
dog. I told you. Yeah,
Some
listen.
nonsense.
A very skilled Buddhist practitioner or sorcerer may have this ability, and in some cases, a tulpa may be created from the collective thoughts of the villagers. Such a ghost is not self-aware at first,
Like
but
a
may
spirit
gradually
bomb from Goku.
acquire awareness and go on to become a normal human being. So, like, I mean, right, and that's what I'm saying is like, so in the aspect of like the angels and demons, bro, like, I can't subscribe to that, because like I'm looking at belief systems before that and what they felt like. So like, before somebody came and said, no, you have to fucking believe in this, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, and we'll get into religion, man. Religion is a hot topic for me.
I'd call it a trigger topic for you.
Yeah, it's
a hot topic.
100% triggered.
Yeah, I'd
You
call
know
it
what
a
I
trigger
mean?
topic.
But in any event, you know, I would rather subscribe to the fact that it's maybe something like that, instead of, all right, you know what, dude, if I don't live a certain way, I'm not going to heaven. I'm never going to reach nirvana. I'm never going to reach that ultimate state. Or I'm going to reach what you're telling me is supposed to be paradise. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, who the fuck determined that I want to go to some paradise? You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, listen, man, I want
Technically, the idea of a paradise, dude. Any paradise. I mean, you just because you have a certain idea of a paradise doesn't mean everybody else shares that same view. You know what I'm saying? But a paradise is a paradise, whether it's
in
going to a golden
perspective.
castle or you just kicking it with your family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got a different form of paradise.
Well, right. Well, no, I get it. I understand the thought of it. You know what I mean? But it's like, for me, it's a I don't know, it's a Ponzi scheme. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, man, believe in this shit and give me all your money.
She just told me to pass around this basket,
Fuck
put your
outta
change
here.
in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know? So, like, on the topic of, like, so, again, going back a little bit, there was a time, you know what I mean, where we had some weird experiences.
Just time out real quick. I do want to apologize to any listeners who do have an extreme faith towards what they believe in. I don't want to necessarily make you mad or angry. I'm just not on board with all that.
Well, again, dude, I'm not.
Don't want to make you butthurt or anything, but that's how I feel about stuff.
That is what it is. But in any event, to go back a little bit, we had a period where, like, we were ghost hunting. Like, it was fascinating. It was so fucking cool, dude. And like, you know, we had some of the
learning
fucking
experience.
We had
for
some
sure.
of the, we had some of the dumbest tools, dude. Like, you know,
and some of the dumbest people, ourselves included.
well, no, yeah, but still, it was a lot of fun, man. We went to a lot of different places. Like, so, like, around here, we're in Troy, New York. So we have, like, some notable places like Pinewood Cemetery, Forest Hill Park, I believe it is,
Which is honestly something. I mean, I don't want to necessarily say, hey, go check it out, because, I mean, technically you're not supposed to be in there.
Yeah, it's illegal to go in there, man, and there
However,
are people that will call the police.
It is certainly
Maybe
a great experience.
during the Rona.
Well,
it might be a nice spot to take a walk.
According to my kid, you won't catch it. So,
But-
if there's a ghost,
Right, but there's a lot of history there. You know, alleged, you know, Virgin Mary statue had cried blood. You know,
it was on a national list too, wasn't it?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
on a few national lists. So if you punch in Forest Hill Park or Pinewood Cemetery, Troy, New York, it will come up. You might have to do a little bit of digging. But there's a few places we went in there. You know what I mean? We had gone in there a couple times. That was pretty cool. Stuff like that. Cemeteries, outside places are tough for me because you have so much going on with the wind and, you know, noises and twigs and stupid shit. But we did go to one really, really fucking creepy place, dude, out in what was it, Saratoga.
Yeah.
It was called Homestead Insane Asylum in Barkersville, New York. And it was a tuberculosis ward and insane asylum for the criminally insane. And it was fucking creepy, dude. It was huge. It was like one of the biggest places I've ever been in, and it was decrepit. It was falling apart.
Yeah, it was certainly a fucking hazard.
Yeah,
to
now
human health.
yeah, now I'm almost positive they tore it down. The last time I had been out that way and swung by to see it, I think it was me and Gilson, and we like stopped to take pictures and shit. But they were in the process of tearing it down.
Right. Well,
But
probably
that
better
place-
off, dude.
Dude, remember being in the basement, bro, and they had like the shackles hanging from the ceiling, dude? Yo, fucking weird, bro.
Fucking
Weird
nuts.
shit.
Well, that's part of the problem too, dude. Is like, you know, again, like they say, you know, a spirit or a ghost will manifest itself, especially after going through traumatic experiences, dude. And hospitals and asylums like that back in the day were just getting terrible brands of fucking medicine, as they would call it, you know, and trying to heal you of whatever ailment they thought you had.
Well, back in those days, dude, and I don't have the dates on me because I didn't even think to look them up, but it was a tuberculosis ward. So, like, back then, they were doing a lot of trial stuff on people, and, like, this was
Fucking hurting them. Doing
Well,
fucking
yeah,
savage,
yeah, for sure.
savagery shit, dude.
yeah, it was a weird time in history. You know what I mean?
Weird understatement.
But there was a lot of cool stuff that we had happened. We had caught some orbs and some electric voice phenomena, and you know, we actually like had some, like, we thought with something knock back to us.
Well, I don't care. That orb
That-
going up the elevator shaft, dude, was,
Fucking nuts.
I mean, we literally had a picture that had an orb that had an ectoplasm trail on it that wasn't visible to the human eye. And after going through the pictures afterwards, I mean, like, you can't even call this a piece of dust. You can't call it, you know, light reflecting off of something else. Like, this was its own thing in this image that nobody's seen with the human eye. Like, you can't, I don't care who you are. If you were there, you can't disregard this thing that just popped up.
Well,
into this
right, but
picture.
that's what I mean, though. Is just like, so again, All right, so people have traumatic experiences in these places. You know what I mean? Now, is there energy trapped there? You know what I mean? Because think about it like this:
Or
you had a
is it
horrific experience.
Is it a spirit?
Well, this is what I'm saying though. Is like, so we're gonna call it the same thing: a spirit and consciousness. You know what I mean? So like now, because it's you, right? It's you without the body, like a spirit,
Maybe, but
or
could
maybe
it
not.
have been something else? You know?
Yeah, but like what?
I don't know, something that we possibly just can't explain, dude. I mean, or
Well,
even
there's a lot of that,
or
shit,
even
but-
like, you know, just. I mean,
like
even kind of out of the spectrum, dude. Like, what if it was a fucking alien that was just like, yeah, I got to squirm out of here. These fucking weirdos are looking around the place while I was hanging out here.
Listen, again, anything is possible, dude.
Right. I'm just
saying, and on the topic of a haunted place, you know what I mean? Because we're gonna get into another dope ass haunted place, dude, that has a lot of cool stories behind it. But like, so Homestead Insane Asylum, these people were, you know, essentially, you know, tortured or experimented on. They don't get to live out their cycle. Like, they're not, like, they're by not their design, you know what I mean? They don't live out their cycle. And then what happens is they're stuck. Like, they're stuck there because they can't complete what they were supposed to complete. You digging what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, how do we know that that's just not that that consciousness is stuck there? You know what I mean? So, like,
for sure. Or even not even necessarily stuck there, but they want to be there because that's their norm. That's what they know. Like, if somebody's been in that, like, for you know, the spot in Saratoga, like, if somebody was there for pretty much the entirety of their life, getting whatever, I mean, technically that's their home. That's
well, it's all they know.
Right.
It's all they know. And it's like, yeah, you're stuck there. Yeah, but that's what I mean is you're stuck, you know. So, but like,
but who's to say they're stuck? I mean, it's not. We don't know that they can't fucking go somewhere else. But that's where they want to be because they're trying to figure shit out themselves. You know?
Well, until we find out, you know what I mean. Well, like,
right.
You know.
So if there's any ghost listeners and you want to clue us in, feel free to email us.
Hit our email. Hit the Twitter.
Right. Let us know.
That'd be fucking cool.
Matter of fact, we'll interview you.
But yeah, but another big, huge, notable place, dude, that is allegedly haunted is the White House in Washington, D.C. Right? So, like, you know, I did a lot of research, you know, into like this topic, and like, dude, like, there's been so many visitors and so many heads of state that have said that they have seen something or felt something, or like straight up, like, who was it? I think it was Taft, bro. I think Taft had, like, because there was a everybody was saying that they were seeing like Lincoln's ghost, and he would, like, nobody would stay in the Lincoln bedroom, right? So like nobody would fucking stay, like, and what they said was, and actually you can look this up. This is on WhiteHouseHistory.com. It is attached to the actual White House. Obviously, it's the government, so you can take it for what you want to. But allegedly, during her visit to the White House, Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands heard a knock on her bedroom door in the night. When she answered it, she reportedly saw Lincoln's ghost wearing his top hat and fainted. Right? Let's see here. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who visited the White House more than once during World War II, told the story of emerging naked from his evening bath, smoking his customary cigar, only to find a ghostly Lincoln sitting by the fireplace in his room, in Lincoln's room. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that falls under brain power, dude. Like, look at what that dude was doing in his time era, and how abruptly his brain power got halted.
Oh, Churchill?
No, Lincoln, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking. That's two encounters
Sure.
you're talking about.
Well,
Lincoln
that's another.
Bob.
Well, that's another thing that they speculate is that, like, he shows up. There's a lot of, like, coinciding times where, like, the nation is in, like, really big crisis, and, like, he shows up. You know, like, he's, like, manifests
That dude's
more.
like, yo, let me show you guys a thing or two because you guys are fucking crocs.
Yeah. Well, right, and, like, but not only just that, dude. There's you know, other ones. You know what I mean? Allegedly they hear what's his face there,
Oh, I know that guy. What's his face?
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
there.
I talk about him all the time.
All right, so check this out. This is a pretty cool quote by President Harry S. Truman, right? He was quoted saying, Jackson's ghostly presence also showed up in the White House correspondence of Harry S. Truman, America's 33rd president. In June of 1945, just 2 months into his first term, Truman wrote to his wife, Bess, of the spooky quality of his new residence. In quote, I sit here in this old house and work on foreign affairs, read reports and work on speeches, all the while listening to the ghost walk up and down the hallway, and even right in here in the study. The floors pop and the drapes move back and forth. I can just imagine old Andy Jackson and Teddy Roosevelt having an argument over Franklin Roosevelt. You know? So, like...
Well, imagine that, too, dude. Like, ghost, spirit, whatever the case may be. Imagine they're coinciding. And like all these great minds, dude, are just manifested in a single area, doing what they're doing. Like even like, you know, Tupac and Biggie, bro. Who's saying they're not hanging out now, making dope ass music that we can't fucking hear
in another dimension?
You know, like who's to say that's not going on right now? And
well, this is another thing that is, like I said, why I guess my opinion is kind of reserved on this topic, because it's again, I don't know, because again,
you should
like
know.
right, I should
figure it out.
Fucking totally know, you know what I mean? But like in the instance of like seances and shit, you know what I mean? Like people allegedly channel beings, whether like there's been extraterrestrial beings, there's been ghostly beings, there's been
mediums, bro. What's your outlook on mediums?
Okay, so mediums, I think, can be totally horseshit. You know what I mean? But I also believe that there are people, and all right. So here's I'm going to relate it to a radio frequency. Okay, right?
Okay.
96.3, right? Jams, boom. You know what I mean? While we're playing on Jams 96.3, there's still 92.3 playing, but we're not tuned into it.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I think what a medium is doing is kind of crossing that barrier consciously. You know what I mean? And I think this could be actually like a topic in the like that Buddhist shit. You know what I mean? With like, you know, people being able to manifest themselves in like an astral realm, dude. Like astral projection.
Right.
You're in an astral realm and you're channeling these beings. You're in a different dimension.
Well, now you're talking about radio wavelengths and somebody communicating through them. So I mean, you've watched Ghost Hunters, obviously.
Right. It's been a long time.
Which it was a show on Sci-Fi that these guys were actually more trying to disprove things. At least that's what they're portraying in the show, was that they were more so trying to disprove things.
So they were trying to be skeptic. And
the only time they provided whatever alleged evidence they had was because they could not disprove it. So anyway, these guys eventually got somebody to come on the show and do an investigation with them, and they had this tech that the guy was calling a ghost box, which literally was I got the gist of it right here. It scanned through radio spectrum, and what it did was it picked up certain voices
noises,
through white noise and radio frequencies.
Yeah.
Like the in-between of radio frequencies, not even radio frequencies, like the in-between of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know a lot about like the radio frequencies, but I do know
if you want to look,
you
want to look into it though, real quick, if you want to look into it, the Ouija brothers on YouTube are the front runners to running this ghost box. So if you want to look into it and see how it works and what it does,
essentially what Sauce is saying is that it channels beings from another wherever, and they speak to them, correct? Like
you'll get full conversations out of this box, or at least something giving you clear and coherent answers to questions, or just reacting to things that you're doing is what this box will do. And it's been modified to pick up the in-between and the inside the white noise, not necessarily normal stuff. So like it's not like turning on, you know, a CB radio and you just picking up the radio frequencies that everybody's putting out. It's getting all the in between stuff. It's getting stuff that you won't pick up from a CB radio or you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, there's definitely instances of that too. But yeah, so like I mean, you know, it's again, you know, well, it's one of those things, man. You know, with like the mediums and the seances and. You know, like, you know, because I subscribe to that whole Maria Orsic thing too. Like Maria Orsic, who
I was about to say, what is that?
All right, so Maria Orsic was a female that was, I guess, one of Hitler's like occult go-tos. You know what I mean? Like she was allegedly a medium. You know what I mean? That had channeled extraterrestrial beings. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And had essentially been given information from these beings, and that's what had put Germany 100 years ahead of us technologically.
Right.
And but she was about using it for like the world. She wasn't about using it for the war machine. You know what I mean? So like there was that thing, and then but. You know, so I subscribed.
That's why they kept her in check, I guess. If that's
well, no, she booked it. They all bailed. Like they all fucking bailed. Like when everything started coming down. You know what I mean? She disappeared.
Right. Well, when everything started coming down, for sure. But I mean, if you're Nazi Germany, dude, you don't want somebody to be like, oh no, this information is about the world. Well, no, I'm gonna put this gun to your head. You're gonna fucking do what I want you to do.
Her portrayal, well, right, exactly. But it's so it's so fucking funny you say that, dude. Right? So like, it pisses me off, dude. Like just a little segue, real quick. It's like here it is. It's Easter, dude. You know what I mean? We're doing this on Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody that follows it. By the way.
Yeah, that everybody believes in that shit. But my thing is like here we are in the middle of the COVID crisis, you know what I mean? And dude, like I'm like, fucking people for real were like, yeah, we're afraid to do dinner because my neighbors might call the cops, and I'm like, what?
Right?
Is this the motherfucking Gestapo, bro?
Right?
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fuck you,
that's
dude.
what I'm saying. I wish somebody. Dude.
We're fucking under 10 people.
I'm not even gonna sit here and put on recording what my reaction is going to be towards certain things that are going along.
But in any event, right. But that's what I mean, bro. Is like that's like who knows? I don't know if we're even still doing it or not. But at the same time, like just the thought,
I'll be disappointed for you.
Just the thought process, dude, is just like fuck, dude. You're afraid that someone's going to call the cops and you're going to get $1,000 fine.
Right. Well, that I read a thing yesterday, bro. I don't fear death as much as I fear the loss of my freedom, you know, and that's one of the truest statements I've ever fucking read in my life.
Well, there's quite the difference, you know what I mean? So,
but anyway,
so like getting back to it, man, you know, with the medium, so like I subscribed to that whole thing. So like I got, like I said, I feel like they're tuning in to a different frequency. You know what I mean? And this is a whole nother thing that goes into like that whole supernatural ability that you want to talk about eventually down the road is that like there could be these people that have this gift or what gift / curse, who knows what it is, you know what I mean?
But even to resurrect the dead, dude, like imagine like a Mortal Kombat fucking Shang Tsung, dude, to being like, yo, what's up, I got my spirit buddy, I'm gonna change bodies, whoop your ass with fucking Bruce Lee.
see now you're getting crazy.
Well, it's not really crazy, bro. It's not, but again, it's a different topic. I'm just saying, like, you know, who's to say there's not people out there that can't manifest, or I don't want to say necessarily, manifest or take a collective of spirits, dude, to do something otherworldly with it.
Like
it's an unknown thing, dude. You don't know for sure.
Well, I'm not saying, like I said, I don't know shit for sure. For damn sure. That's the only thing that is sure is I don't know shit. But that's why we're here. But that's why we're fucking here. You know what I mean?
Nonsense.
But it's right, and but it goes kind of to that too, that like you have that gift and you're tying into something that you don't quite understand. And again, like a lot of the times what I don't hear, you know what I mean, like just from like medium fucking I guess people's time with mediums. You know what I mean? It's just that like none of these spirits have ever came and said, like, yeah, they'll say like this is me, like this is my energy. You know what I mean? But they've never said, yo, look, man, God let me out for like 15.
I'm on my smoke break.
Bro. I'm gonna, yo, I got this. I got this.
Yo, I got a quick break. Yo, let me talk to you
Yo,
real quick before his food fucking tells me I gotta go back.
I got a friend at the gate, dude. I only got like 15 minutes.
Honestly, dude.
Guest spot real quick.
I can honestly give you not a personal experience. I've never been to a medium. I've spoken to people that are allegedly mediums, but I've never gotten a reading. I've never gotten
Just
shown
record,
some weird shit.
Lighting a fat blunt.
No anything. However, I can give you a personal experience that I had received from somebody else going to a medium. I was dealing with fucked up shit at the time in my own personal life, and shit was looking downhill and whatever. Was in a dark spot, dude. And then I had gotten a phone call like kind of late into the night, and it was somebody that had gone to a medium, and they had called me up, dude, and they were like, hey, you know, how's everything going? And mind you, like, I talked to the person on occasion, not on a regular type deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they certainly didn't know anything that I was going through. But however, it hit me up and was like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You know, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm all right, you know. And they were like, listen, you know, I went to a medium with a couple of people, and while I was there, they were asking me like if I had a close family member named Ray and blah blah blah, and you know, I was like, yeah, I do, you know. They had said, well, there's somebody on the other side telling me that you got to let them know that everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be fine. You need to, you know, beast through it. You got to maintain. You got to keep on your game.
Keep your head up. Right.
Which was, you know, to me, hearing it, I'm like, well, what the fuck? Because you didn't know, like, how I'm feeling. You didn't know what the fuck was going on with me. And to hear words allegedly coming from something else to them through somebody.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Honestly, I fucking get chills, dude.
I can see. I can see where you would. You know what I mean? And I can see. Listen, again, I can see it being an energy, bro. You know what I mean? I could totally see it being a fucking family member. You know what I mean? Because
but how weird is this thought process? So like. Was it my consciousness fucking reaching out into the fucking realm, dude, somewhere? Or was it somebody else that fucking had passed on that's checking my shit? Like, oh,
well,
somebody's got to let this dude know. Chill the fuck out.
Well, here's the thing, man, is regardless of, like, the names and the embodiments physically, you know what I mean? I feel like we're all connected. So, like...
Well, I'm not going to name drop shit, and I don't want to get into detail.
My point is like, with my thought process of us all being connected, you know what I mean? Like, you're still connected to that person, even though they're gone. You know what I mean? So, like, you still hold that conscious connection to that person. Right, like that's how I feel. Like at least in the sense of,
well, I mean, I'll honestly admit to you, dude, I'm terrible with death.
So with G. So Angela,
right?
She's still here, right? Like yo, no fucking doubt. I feel Angela all the fucking time, bro.
I feel what she has put out to people is still here because I mean, you live with it every day. Everything you've gone through with G is there in you, regardless of whether it's her there with you or not.
But right,
all those things she left to everybody else.
Her piece, but her piece is still here, or like you know what I mean, whatever. But in any event. What I'm saying is though is that still could have been a conscious like so your
Shout
family,
out to GBMF, by the
way. Your family or your spiritual entity that is connected to you, that could be them saying, "Hey, yo, man, you need to get this out to this dude." You know what I mean? For sure, absolutely, dude. I've had people tell me that they've had experiences with psychedelics, and they were like, "Yo, like it was," and they would take.
I've done some, and I've
well,
never
listen,
gotten an
yes,
experience like that.
but
I'm just
here's
saying, like, I've
but
never
okay. So
gotten an
Ray, listen,
experience
let
like
me for our listeners out there, there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference from being something that we're going to use as a recreational drug. So like, so say take psilocybin mushrooms, your common magic mushrooms, quote unquote. People are using them to party, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for me, I never got into psychedelics for that. Like ever. Like never. I never took
most times
psychedelics.
I took them, dude. Like, yeah, sometimes I took them while partying, but most times I took them, I was chilling with my boys, dude.
Yeah,
fucking smoking blunts and fucking eating
but
mushrooms,
okay,
bro.
so but set and setting. So here's the thing, though, dude. Is any time that I've ever said, you know what, I'm going to eat some mushrooms, right? I've said, okay, well, look, I want to get something out of this trip. You know what I mean? So like, I've never said, you know what, I want to be like, oh my god, I want to fucking party. I want this music to be doper. No, I want to sit with my eyes closed and I want to figure something out. You know what I mean? And it more so happened with me with DMT than it did mushrooms. But a lot of people have these experiences, bro, and it's the same thing. They say, yo, I came into contact with somebody or something that said, do not do it. You know what I mean? Don't stay the course. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's temporary. You know what I mean? My experience with DMT was like that. It was like, yo, bro, the shit that you put so much stock into, you know what I mean? The shit that makes you arrogant and egotistical, you know what I mean? Is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Because guess what? We can't take none of it with us. You know what I mean?
Well, right. Well, I mean, yeah.
But so like,
also in the same sense, I mean, I like to have my shit that I like.
Yeah, but people have had these experiences in multiple ways, bro. You know what I mean? And it's weird because it's all consciously. It's all like, no matter what, it doesn't involve your fucking body, bro. Like, it's all in your head. It's like, where is it? You know what I mean? Like, what is tuning us into this body, dude? You know what I mean? Like,
well, that brain power, bro. The brain is so fucking unmapped, man.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We don't know shit.
That's it's so tough for me to buy into any sort of anything coinciding with brain activity, because it's just such an unmapped thing, dude. And it's so small, dude. It's so small. And it's like, how could something like that be so much of an unknown thing?
Well, yeah. Well, because, you know, it's tough, man, because I think we are, again, told only so much. Because,
well, I'm sure other people understand.
If we want to look at it in that sense, dude, it's like, we are dumbed down. We are dumbed down, and you know what happens is, dude, is just we fucking, you know, that we get told for so long that we don't have things like, you know, mind powers in a sense, like telekinesis. Like, I personally have never met anybody with fucking telekinesis. Let's be fair here, you know what I mean? But at the same time, dude, I mean, what about meditation? What about astral projection? What about these things that put us in certain was it sensory deprivation? Sensory deprivation is a fucking huge thing right now, where like people are like legitimately going and sitting in these float tanks, dude, and talking about how beneficial they are, you know. So it's another side of things, like the astral side of it. So I don't know, but to get back to, like, you know, having the ghost topic, it's tough for me to say, because I don't believe that it's just one thing. I think it goes back long before, you know, whatever puts us in touch with the universe, man. You know what I mean? Not some makeshift religion that somebody came out with and was like, you know, hey, you know what, if you live this way, you're gonna go to heaven. If you live this way, you're gonna go to hell. You know what I mean? Like, I think outside of that, it's one of those things where, you know, we'll never really know until we get there. You know what I mean? We'll never really know until we get into a spot where, like, hey, we're either on our deathbed or we're, you know, in a position, or science or technology has come to a point where we can really say what happens after death. You know what I mean? So it's like, once you we'll never know. We'll fucking never know, dude, until we make a breakthrough. You know what I mean? Until we figure out
until we're dead.
something. Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is we don't know. You know.
Well, I mean, what do you think happens after death, dude?
Me personally,
you gonna become a ghost?
No.
No?
Nah, dude. I smoke DMT, bro. I know what's going on.
Oh. That's the know all be all though.
No, JK. So like, all right. So check this out. Like,
not to get on the topic of DMT, dude.
We're not. Like, we won't on this topic, but it does kind of relate in the sense of.
That's why I asked. So that's the know all be all though. That's
all right. So check this out. So like for me, right, and it's only been a few experiences, but. It is 110% the fucking ego killer, bro. Like any ego that you got, it puts right in fucking check. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I can't be an egotistical person because I can be still.
Your ego is fuck.
Not anymore. No, bro. Compared to me a couple years ago, bro, let me tell you something. My head was so fucking big, and it's a bad thing. Like, it's a fucking bad thing, dude. I look back on it, and I'm like, what a fucking jerk off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I should have smacked this dude out. You know what I mean?
You still are.
You know? But at the same time, when I had that experience, bro, like, my fear of death, like, not that I really had, like, a huge one in a sense. You know what I mean? My fear of death is non-existent. It's non-existent now. Because for me, like, dude, literally, Terrence McKenna said it best, bro. A few fucking tokes away, and you're somewhere else. You know what I mean? And, like, I'm talking about blast off, motherfucker. You're out into the universe.
So, but does that coincide with your lack of fear of death? Is that you feel...
Okay, so no.
You feel the background to that. By the way, I just want to mention that I'm looking out the window here and I see somebody's satellite dish falling off their house. But
that's awesome.
But anyway,
sorry, but no. So what I would say is that with the fear. So again, so like our ego, bro, like anybody's ego, is the need to control something. You know what I mean? Like the need to be able to have that control. And if you can't have that control, how do you react outside of that control? So, like, for me, dude, you take 3 blasts off of a fucking DMT, and there's, like, the more you fight it, like, the more you say, oh my God, I want this to stop, the more fucking intense it gets.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
That's what anything, dude. I mean,
and it's like,
I guess you would consider that a bad trip.
But well, no. But here's the thing, though, is like, so at least for me, I can only speak from personal experience. There's an overwhelming sense of calm, and it's almost saying, bro, relax, dude. You need this. Like this is where you need to be. Like you need to take this experience, and I'll tell you 110%, bro. Like, and again, from personal experience, that shit humbled me. And it also kind of inflated my opinion about where, like, after death. You know what I mean? Like, right. I feel like my consciousness theory. You know what I mean? Because it's, bro, it's like you're just, dude, who the fuck is Edwin? Who the fuck is Edwin, dude?
It's you, motherfucker.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like you're out there and it's like, bro, who is this guy? This fucking jerk off. Dude, you're not this person. You're this energy that's constantly moving through this fucking
But whether you come back changed or not, dude, you're still
infinite.
Yeah, I'm not
for sure. I could be an anal bead. I could reincarnate as an anal bead, dude.
I mean, I don't know. Sorry to the aliens for messing up your dialect, but I can't sit here and be like, oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, and fucking have you understand me.
So, like, I mean, but in that sense, you know, it kind of inflated that part of it.
But as far as like a fear of death goes, like, I mean, like for the longest time, dude, like to me, when it's my time, it's my time. You're gonna go. You're gonna go. What is the use of you sitting here necessarily trying to fight it? You're gonna go when you're gonna go. I'd rather keep being whatever the hell it is I want to be, knowing that, instead of being like, oh shit, I can't say this because I might fucking die, or you know, can't do this because I might fucking die. Like,
well, listen,
you're gonna restrict.
I think,
in my personal belief, the point of fucking being here.
Well, right. I've had this conversation in a different context with religion. You know what I mean? Because it's like you live your life by this set of rules for your entire life. You don't experience anything outside of it.
Well, you have your own moral too. So I mean, technically, you live by your own code as well.
Well, 100% for sure. Everybody does. You know what I mean? I don't know though. Like it's weird, dude. It's weird for me because
I would love to be a ghost. By the way, I would haunt the fuck out of you, dude. Like, I were to die tomorrow,
awesome.
I'm haunting the fuck out of you. I'm just doing whatever I can to make
see
you
a lot.
fucking go bonkers, dude.
I don't know, dude.
I don't care if you're trying to throw a shoe through my body or not. I'm going to scare the fuck out of you.
I don't know if you're going to stick around after all the weird shit.
Oh, you're going to go get a proton pack, dude? Get rid of it?
Oh, no.
It's
fucked up. It's going to be some weirdness you're going to encounter.
I don't give a fuck,
on
dude.
this side.
It'd be so worth it.
Well, dude, just think about it like that.
It.
Think about it. All right, so say that they are just in another dimension. They can see us, we can't see them, right?
We haven't found out a way to see them.
What do you think they think? What do you think they think?
Why does this guy jerk off fucking 20 times a day?
This is like, that thing's got to be raw by now.
He's got to be running out of pages on Pornhub. What's going
on? Right. You think fucking aliens want to deal with us?
Oh, dude. I was just saying that the other day. I'm like, or actually, it was on the last podcast. I was like, dude, those aliens are probably like, I don't want to meet none of these motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah. Dude, you switched over the audio thing, right? It's not the laptop recording?
We're good.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
No, I was smart this time.
I was just making sure, dude. Yeah.
So, by the way, what he's talking about is we recorded a whole other episode that we have, by the way, that might get released like in archives, but
maybe
totally recorded on a laptop microphone and not on our actual microphone. So it sounded like I was right there and Evan was 20 yards away from anything.
I was podcasting from the shitter.
Locked in a closet. We're going to limit you, bud.
Yeah.
So
they only let me out a couple minutes a day.
And that's because I didn't switch over the audio receiving method.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, so we'll see, dude. Like, the only thing we can see is, like, when we pass. And, like, I mean, it fucking sucks, dude. And it's not an easy thing for anyone to deal with. But I honestly feel like you take away heaven and fucking hell, bro. And everybody is back at energy and everything is everything. You know what I mean? Like,
so, hypothetically, dude, what happens? You pass.
Yes.
And you're standing on some hot fucking rock, like, Jesus Christ, dude, this fucking burns. There's fire all around you.
I'm in hell.
And right, some weirdo pops up says, some weirdo pops up says, hey, I got your pineapple. Let's go, bro. Like, what are you going to do then? How are you going to feel? Like, what would your reaction be, dude? To be like, fuck, this place is real, dude. What is going on?
Dude, to be fair, dude, what I feel like
just asking, like, what would be your reaction, dude? Like,
dude,
fuck, this whole time, dude, I was calling all these guys assholes, and I'm fucking here.
I would think the anti-authoritarian in me would still be a fucking douchebag.
For sure. But your feet will be on fire.
I'll be like, yo, dude.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I got to sleep in the fucking air conditioner.
Yeah, this is hot, bro.
Where's the Fiji water,
bro? Man? I would annoy the shit out of the devil. I would annoy him all day. Like, bro.
Or even on the opposite spectrum, dude. What happens?
Where's the thermostat?
What happens? You pop up, dude. You're standing in front of the fucking pearly gates. Everything's all fucking white. You got the Backstreet Boys singing to you in all white.
I would try to leave. I would turn right around.
Yeah, but if you get past that point, dude, it's all fucking heaven. It's all like, all the things that you fucking love and enjoy. They got fucking trays of blunts walking around instead of fucking cocktail weenies.
I would have to. I mean, I've been there.
Where's that place, dude? I haven't been there yet. I haven't been to that place yet.
I'm in there like urine. No, dude. Yeah, probably. I don't know, man. Like that. Obviously, I would think that it would be a different level of consciousness, like going either place. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't have a control over where you went. I just don't think.
Well, I didn't ask what your belief was. I asked what would happen if you showed up in those places that people are sitting here.
Oh my God!
Having huge faith in, dude.
Listen, dude. If it was real, like, listen, I'd have to eat crow. I'd have to
talk about an ego killer, bro.
I'd have to eat that, bro. I'd be like, fuck.
Sons of bitches.
Jesus still wasn't white.
All right.
Jesus still wasn't white.
Oh, you know that dude's gonna roll up to you like, yo, what up, my nigga?
No, dude. I'd be like, yo, where's Pac, dude? I didn't talk to Pac.
Yo, for real though. All right. So now that we're on that topic, is that the one person you would want to fucking meet if you pass on, and that's a reality?
Nope.
Yeah, who is it?
I don't know, to be honest.
No,
because
give me like a top 3 off the top of the dome, bro.
Oh my God, I don't even know if I can give you a top 3.
Yeah, you
bro.
fucking can.
In history.
So,
bro, in history?
So just off the top of the dome, give me 3 people.
Oh my God,
3 people you would love to be like.
All right, so
what's up? Let's kick it for a little bit.
One would definitely be Napoleon.
Yeah.
I gotta know what the fuck is going on with that guy. Like, I gotta know. I've read a couple of his books, dude. And yo, let me tell you,
I was gonna name drop somebody, but I'll talk to you after the show about who I can point you to talk to a Napoleon, or at least the Napoleon complex.
Yeah, fucking A. No, so like, I mean, top 3 if I were at Heaven's Gate and I wanted to fuck not the cult, and we got to meet. Let me see here, dude. It's so tough because there's so many big names in history, and like, for me personally, like Werner von Braun, like the only reason being, you know what? Fuck him, dude. Like. Nah, you know what? Because I couldn't, because he was a fucking Nazi and he could eat a dick. But like, he was huge for like.
Hey, but if he's somebody you want to hear answers from, bro, I mean, it's not it's not necessarily a bad choice. No, and again, I'm calling off the top of the dome. I think I'm still too early in history, or like too late in history. Like, I want people like a fucking. I feel like you're putting too much thought into this.
I am, because I want like.
It's not. I'm not trying to get like.
Bro, but think about it. All right, so Da Vinci.
Okay.
There's one.
That's a good one. That's good.
Okay.
Da Vinci's definitely a good pick.
Da Vinci. Let's see here. Probably Napoleon.
Okay.
And probably like an Egyptian pharaoh. Maybe King Tut.
Yeah. Those are all good picks, man. Definitely better than mine. Definitely better than mine.
So who are yours?
Honestly, dude, number 1, Pac.
Okay.
Like, because
we'll get around to him. You know,
well, I mean, but dude,
there.
he was
he'll be there.
He was fucking just way ahead of his time, dude. I mean, dude, I watched an interview of this dude at fucking 15, 16 at this fucking performing arts school that he did, dude, and it was almost like a half hour long. And just the stuff he was talking about, relaying, like, mind blowing. Like, dude, why are you this age and you're surpassing anybody that's fucking alive in your time area, dude? Like, to sit down and talk with him and fucking smoke and drink and just chill.
Well, this is.
I would die just to do so.
You know,
bro.
What's a great thing to talk about though, dude? Like, not to segue real quick, because you got 2 other picks.
Yeah.
That creativity. Like, those levels of creativity, you get what I'm like. So, like, what I'm saying is,
talk about brain power, bro. That dude.
But this is what I'm saying though is you put these creative minds into another category, and then they're like, a lot of these creative minds have said like, yo, I don't know where this shit comes from. Like, it's there. It's fucking there.
By the way, on YouTube, you can watch that interview I was talking about with Tupac. It's like fucking a half hour.
All right, so Pac, 2 other picks.
2 other picks.
You're talking all the history.
Just off the top of the dome, dude, without doing background looking and nothing. I want to talk to Jack the Ripper just so I fucking know who he was. So I know who he was and how he got away with it.
Yeah, why he cut all.
Just curiosity. I don't want to get into detail with him. Why
he killed a
I just
want
to know who the fuck he was, dude. Just to be like, yo, which story was fucking real?
Hey, dude, what'd they do? Come on, guy. No.
Public service announcement. I am not a serial killer.
No, Jack the Ripper is a really cool topic that we'll probably get into.
Right, but just saying, but that dude got away with doing what he did.
Well, so did DB Cooper.
Right. Well, dude, DB Cooper. That's another topic.
Fucking plane heist. What?
Bro, huge.
All right. So, anyways, one other pick.
One other pick.
What we got?
Shit, man. I would have to roll with Da Vinci too, bro. Because he was another one that's just
a good one,
dude. Like you were. Where the fuck did you come from, dude? You were something else, especially in your time era.
Yeah, there was a lot of them back then, dude. But Da Vinci
kind of
really
makes me regret my
out.
Jack the Ripper stance, but I'll just roll with it.
Well,
I'm just saying, like I got two picks, dude, that were just like they were way too far ahead of.
Well,
the
my thing about it is, dude,
they were in.
Like I can't even give anybody any credence. Like if I where
I'm
at,
if we were to do homework, I'm sure our three would be different. But
yeah, but that's off the top of the cranium. You know what I mean?
You seem a lot smarter than me, by the way, with the names you dropped.
Well, dude, I think I'm gonna. I think
just on a real aspect, though, I could not pass up talking to Pac. That would be my number one pick.
Bro,
even if I did
like I said, all right. So check this out. If we're at a party and my guests are King Tut, fucking Da Vinci, and Napoleon. Right. Okay. Fucking
awkward.
But we're showing up to we're showing up to heaven, right? We're here. Everybody's here. It's cool. There's no beef, right?
Chilling at a table.
So that's what I'm saying. So Pac's here. Like Pac's there. Like we're gonna mingle eventually. But at the same time, like if I want to have a thought,
you just walk through the gates,
if I thought I had, if I
popping at a table,
like, and again, I'd probably Napoleon probably wouldn't even really make the cut, and I'm sure King Tut might get cut too.
There's got to be like a height situation with Napoleon.
You
got to be this tall.
No, bro, but that's what's crazy is he was a fucking animal. You know what I mean?
No,
and he was brilliant. But he was an animal.
I just love the term the Napoleon complex because it fits so many people out there.
Yeah, it does. But like, I mean, I would, with those people, dude. Like, I would want to have conversation. I'd be like, yo, man.
So here's a new question for you. If there was one person, thing, whatever the case may be, that haunts you, where are you going?
What do you mean? Like, where am I going?
No, where's one, like, if there's one thing that's going to come haunt you.
What is it?
Yeah. What is it? Who is it?
That's gonna
ETC.
That's gonna haunt me. Let's see here. Dude,
would you pick a prankster? Somebody that's gonna fuck with you every day.
No, but I think that's my karma.
Good answer. Good answer.
I think there's gonna be some Andy Dick looking motherfucker, dude. Some Andy Dick looking
Andy Dick in general.
Some Andy Dick looking motherfucker, dude. That's gonna sit there and fucking annoy the shit out of me.
You said that. He's gonna be the one that haunts
you with stupid fucking jokes and. Oh my god!
You're gonna wake up,
be like fucking
banana in your mouth.
Him and Tom Green annoying the fucking light. I'd kill them both. But no, so like, I don't know about anything really haunting me per se.
Like some that I guess. So say this person or thing is an entity, and you have the chance to experience something from this person or entity. What would be your top priority to experience out of that?
It wouldn't be a succubus?
Well, I mean, dude, first off, if you haven't ran into one in your lifetime, you're missing out on something. Because
check out the Dan Aykroyd.
Pretty sure any Dan
Aykroyd had it in the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, well, allegedly. That's not what a succubus is. If anybody wants to know what a succubus is, it's a female that's been manifested by a demon that is out to pretty much fucking coerce a man into fucking doing her bidding while giving them sexual acts in favor. That's what it is.
Right, anyways. But no, if it would be anything, dude, if I could have something to haunt me, I guess, I got to pick. I guess it would have to be Angela, dude. It'd have to be G. Just because she was hilarious as fuck, dude. And
insightful and intelligent.
Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. And I know she'd, like, if I were about to do some dumb shit, she'd be like right there being like, you fucking stupid piece of shit.
Just kind of segueing back to something I said earlier. I wish I could know allegedly who talked to said person about telling me to fucking do whatever.
Well, yeah, dude. Well, it's crazy, man, because my mom, I believe a couple other people like Aunt Phil have seen mediums, and the same lady, and have had like, I mean, my mom says she had a good experience. I think maybe my sister went. I have to talk to her, but I don't know. But it's weird, you know what I mean? Because these people know something, you know what I mean? I don't know what criteria you have to give them before seeing them, you know what I mean? But I think it's.
Do you think you have to give a medium?
No.
I would have to look into that. To see if, like, you have to give a medium something for them to, like, because, like, you always see on, like, TV shows and movies, dude, how, like, the medium sitting there looking at your pictures out of your wallet and shit. They fucking pickpocketed you. And they're like, oh, yeah,
the best medium,
your dog's talking to me right now.
The best medium.
You had a dog picture in your wallet.
That ever existed was Miss Cleo. You remember that lady, dude, on fucking
the fucking infomercial? Yeah, the fucking 2
Miss
o'clock
Cleo.
in the morning. Miss Cleo. Actually, Ja Rule, dude, had that fucking skit. Yeah,
fuck him too.
This is Cleon. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, dude. But
so funny.
I mean, yeah. So I can believe that they're, you know, like I said, tapping into something, and you know, it could be a gift and a curse. You know what I mean? I just don't. I just don't like putting the religious aspect on it.
Well, imagine the backlash, dude.
Makes things weird.
Like, if a medium is a real deal thing, dude, imagine all the shit you're catching that you don't fucking want.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. A gift and a curse. Because, like, I'm assuming that you are probably... and again, I'm not going to say that there isn't negative energy. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to put the name demon on it. You get what I'm saying? So,
well, let me ask you this: is there clarification, dude, in that Buddhist belief? Is there clarification that, you know, to reach that state of nirvana, if you have to be someone of peace or somebody that isn't gonna be a dickhead if they reach that state of nirvana? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's what the belief is that you will repeat these cycles until
you figure it out.
So if you're gonna keep being a douchebag
but who's to say the douchebag's not part of reaching a state? Does it say that? That's what I'm wondering. Is there specifications to where you can't be a dickhead and fucking reach nirvana?
It says that I'm no fucking expert. You know what I mean? But from what I was reading, it just basically says that you go through trials.
Well, what's the end game? Did they give you an end game?
The end game is nirvana. It's like the ultimate state of consciousness.
Well, what's that nirvana?
Nirvana
there's different interpretations of a nirvana.
It's okay. So it would be the heaven in Buddhist terms. You know what I mean? But it's different though. Like, so the belief is that consciousness is one thing. Consciousness is a whole. So let's think about it in like a bucket of water. Okay, so like consciousness is a bucket of water full. Okay. Right now, we take our hand, right, and just take, you know what I mean, just dip our finger,
Big
right?
Ripples.
Well, not even just ripples, but the drops that are coming off your finger when you hold the finger over the bucket are individual pieces of this this consciousness, and we are consciousness living itself through different vehicles. You know what I mean? So we would repeat that process consistently over and over and over throughout death. So like, you're gonna die a whole bunch of fucking times, and you're gonna be like, fuck, dude, I'm here again. You know what I mean? And this is what's weird about the reincarnation thing, because there are stories, and I don't have the links to them right this second because I didn't really think we'd get into it, but there are instances of reincarnation. So like, I read a story not too long ago. I can't remember who reported it, but it shouldn't be hard to Google. of a child who was born to parents that like any other normal kid, but like when they named him, bro, and he like started to get older, and he was like, "Oh, that's not my name." You know what I mean? The kid was like fascinated with airplanes, right? And said that like he was he said he was a fighter pilot in like fucking World War II. You know what I mean?
I think I actually no, it wasn't that.
But
I read something like that.
Well, here's what's crazy about it, bro. Is like, and I don't know if it's a fucking hoax or not. You know what I mean? But what's crazy about it is this kid was saying like, no, it's not my name. You know, my name is this. Like look for this person. You know what I mean? And come to find out, his parents did this research, dude, and he told him where his plane went down. They told him where, like, like
pretty much all the details,
bro, where he was enlisted, like what, like his rank, his like all of it, his dog tag numbers and shit, like, and then said that he was in a relationship with a girl that like was in Germany at the time or some shit like that, dude, and like they reconnected, bro, and like literally left off. Like they had never been apart. And this kid's fucking young, dude, like fucking 12 or some shit. You know what I mean? So
not
like
old enough to sit there and be like, yo, this is what it was when I was in my last life.
Yeah, and this is right, and he was like, it's a pretty big deal, man. There's a lot of like, if you even sort of even believe in the Dalai Lama, you know what I mean, that he's a reincarnation over and over and over.
I do in a sense on a different topic though, and we'll get into that at some other point. It's a different topic.
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of reincarnation, they say that he reincarnates.
Well, yeah, no, for reincarnation purposes, dude, I honestly, like, you know, kind of diving back on that, you know, is a superhero possibly a real thing? Like, you know, there's certain aspects of the human species or potential, dude, that you can do certain things. That's why I asked, like, you know, do you think, is there really somebody out there that can fucking say, hey, I'm going to conjure up some fucking spirits to come and kick you in the dick, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how much that I like, again, I don't know. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? And that's why we'll obviously talk about it fucking 100 times over until we figure it out. But
so kind of possessed toys, dude. What do you think about that? Like possessed objects.
All right,
even.
so that's what's weird,
Not
dude.
even
Is there's that Annabelle shit. You know what I mean? And Lorraine Warren investigated.
Well, so backstory on Ed and Lorraine Warren, dude. They Lorraine Warren is actually a medium, to her own description. And Ed,
they're demonologists.
Well,
is what it, you know. That's what they classify themselves as.
Yeah,
demonologists.
But I mean, they're really just paranormal investigators. I mean, if you don't want to restrict yourself to a belief,
right?
You're just paranormal investigators. But Lorraine Warren was a self-proclaimed medium, and Ed Warren was I mean, he was an exorcist that wasn't recognized by the church. He was, you know, an investigator, paranormal, and whatever. But they ended up meeting, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So like with that Annabelle thing, dude, they got to go investigating this thing, and they actually ended up keeping this object because they have like a museum, I guess you could say, at their house with all these possessed objects that they took from these homes that they were able to allegedly
they have a museum.
Keep
they have a museum in Connecticut.
Keep whatever was locked into these objects, dude, and they posted them up in this museum per se, and so Annabelle is actually locked in a cage or in a glass box in this fucking museum, dude. It was actually a Raggedy Ann doll. It wasn't even something they depicted in the movie. If anybody's
Hollywood, bro. You know what I mean?
Right,
they're gonna juice it up,
make it look spookier.
Well, of course, they're gonna juice it up to. It's gotta be good for audiences. You know what? Well, again, we were gonna talk about that too. Is like how ghosts and spirits and entities and and everything else has affected it, like society, you know, with like, look at it, bro, like look at the monopoly that's on Halloween, like look at like shit like the Day of the Dead.
Well, personally,
you know what I mean?
Halloween's like my favorite holiday, bro.
Listen, I'm not
So dope.
listen,
I
I
love
have a lot of fun, dude. I dress
it's
up
free
like
candy,
a fucking
'cause
alien.
My kid don't eat all our candy, so I get free candy.
Yeah, it's free shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, but how, you know, in terms of like, look at like, there's such a, I mean, I guess I want to say a distance in between the two, because it's like, all right, well, on one side of it, it's totally cool. We can celebrate Halloween and embrace all of these other monsters and all this other shit. But then we say, okay, well, we're not going to get into the spirit side of it, and like, we're going to denounce it. We're going to say,
I mean, that all comes down to who's telling their offspring about Halloween. I mean, obviously, if you're a semi-conscious person, you're going to give some sort of backstory to your kid, which, you know, like me personally, like I talk to my daughter about other aspects of it, how it was Day of the Dead, or
well, that's
fucking,
what I go with too. Is just like,
I mean, dude, over in Europe, man, they were posting food up outside their doors for spirits, and that's, you know, the way Halloween started going over there, was that they were posting up food outside their doors for the spirits to fucking get, so then you can appease to them and get them to leave you the fuck alone.
yeah, and that's it though. But it's right. But it's weird how, like, in the effects on society, it's like, okay, well, again, we want to celebrate parts of it, but then we will list it as a pseudoscience, and we're not going to deal with like real science, bro. Because like, what's even crazier is there's been instances in the government using mediums and shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but then, you know, to popular culture, to us, it's shit's horseshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, even pop culture, like look at movies. I mean, Evil Dead.
never seen it,
Oh no, wow, that's a classic.
bro. I know.
What about
I know,
all right,
dude.
so what about Candyman, dude? So like you go speaking to a fucking mirror about this cocksucker, and
Dude,
bang, turns
tried
up.
it. Tried it.
Right. But I'm saying, but there's other urban myths, dude. That, you know, Bloody Mary, for
You think
instance.
it's a control thing, though?
Do I think it's a control thing?
So check this out,
as
right?
far as what goes, I mean,
All right, so
'cause
listen, I'm gonna break it down for you. Real
I can
quick.
watch a movie,
So,
dude, and not feel
no.
like, oh shit, I'm in fear.
No,
You know?
no. What I'm saying though is like the entirety of it. You know what I mean? So like, since we were little kids, we were told ghost stories, and like me and you in particular, we like sought it out. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
But at the same time, like, we're told certain stories. Like, I remember going to camps and shit, bro. Like, I went to Camp Scully, and they had their own like ghosts.
Cropsy.
Cropsy.
You know what's funny? You know what's
You know what
funny?
I mean?
Real quick, that Cropsy shit. There was actually some Cropsy shit down in Long Island, and I have numerous friends from Long Island, dude. And the funny part is one of my friends, who's a friend for a long time, dude, doesn't even know about it. And I watched a documentary on this shit, and it was about a fucking insane asylum down there. And they were allegedly talking about there was some man named Cropsy, dude, that was fucking snagging up kids and shit.
Oh, no shit.
And in the documentary, dude, it was saying that they chalked it up to this bum, dude, that was living in the woods or whatever. But, like, there was no evidence that this dude was doing any of it. And he swore, like, yo, I just come to my fucking tent and go and fucking do my bum shit.
Yeah, kids
whatever.
coming up missing, they just railroad people.
Right. Well, I mean, and who's to say dude wasn't really doing it? But either way, like, but there was a whole myth behind that Cropsy shit, dude, which was funny that I watched this documentary and remember the stories back when we were younger, and you telling me about, you know, going to Camp Scully and hearing the whole
dude.
Cropsy urban
Well, they all
legend
have
and
them,
shit.
dude. Well, they all have them. What I've noticed, you know, because I went to Camp Turk too, man. It was just a really cool, dope Masonic camp out in Utica. But it's what my point with the control thing is, dude, is we're told fearful stories. Fearful. It doesn't matter what in what sense. You know what I mean? They're
Okay.
fearful. They're so. Is it to
Just trying to implement fear?
well, it's like, well, all right. So here's the thing, though. So yes, in a sense, because now it's like, oh shit, dude. If I don't go to sleep when these counselors tell me to go to sleep, this fucking dude's gonna come. I'm fucking looking.
Better not look in the fucking corner.
I fucking look at the corner,
Shove
dude.
my face in a pillow. Maybe they wanted you to fucking suffocate, dude.
If I was if I was a counselor, I totally would have just glued a pair of red eyes in the corner, bro.
Right. Yo, stick your face in that pillow, you little shit.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Bugging me all day about going to the lake.
But again, it's like you're telling me to do this you're telling me to do this so I don't do something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I should have this in the back of my mind, like, yo, if I go out in the woods and smoke a joint, some dude's
gonna come up, fucking shank you in the back.
H-man's gonna fucking take me. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna get seen again. You know, I was like, what the fuck, dude? But that continues throughout history, though. Now that's
also in the same sense. Is it also just raising awareness? Like, because
what,
dude? Yo, there's mad slasher movies, bro. There's crazy motherfuckers out in the world like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not on like some supernatural shit to where like you kill the motherfucker, he's gonna come back next year. You know what I mean? But
yeah, he always comes back. He's been there for 100 years.
In horror movies, yeah, they always come back, dude. But I'm saying, like, dude, Scream, for instance.
Jesus.
Like, dude, you kill one of them, there's a new guy trying to be him. Like, dude, knock it off.
Yeah.
Like, stop being a copycat, you little bitch.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I mean,
but that what
I can understand is it maybe wanting to institute fear, but also in the same sense, like, I guess that falls back on, is it maybe a guideline to where, like, hey, you need to watch out for some fucking weird shit that could possibly fucking happen. I mean, there's a whole nother outlook on it.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know what I mean? And in terms of safety and stuff like that, of course, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's not just
like
that, though. It's not even just that, though. But you, like, so growing up through life, you get the ghost stories, and then you get the media, right, which is telling you crazy shit's going on here, crazy shit's going on there.
Do.
You know what I mean? And then you're kind of stuck in this cycle of like, all right, dude, I can't step out of a certain line, or fuck, I'm gonna get raped and shot and killed and fucking disappear.
Unfortunately, that's kind of a reality.
Then the cartel's gonna fucking sell me. You know what I mean,
bro? Like, unfortunately, that's kind of a reality, though.
Well, no, I know this. You know, I know.
you can literally get picked up.
Yes.
I mean, if you were a fucking 13-year-old girl, dude, somebody would probably abduct.
They probably abduct me right now. They probably abduct me for the sex trade right now.
Oh, right now? Right. Oh, that ego's gone. Dude,
get the
fuck that ego's gone, right?
Dude, get the fuck out of my van.
Sucker.
God, get out of my van, dude. Listen, we're going to have to not kidnap you. You know what I mean?
Bro, so I made a post on the book the other day, dude. By the way,
the cookbook?
Yeah, the cookbook. Nah, the Facebook, bro. And I would be very easy to abduct. Making this post.
That,
yeah, it was terrible.
That was funny.
I feel bad for myself.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have did it. Like, you already
I let all the potential fucking kidnappers know.
You should have known.
I'm done.
You know.
If I go missing, dude, look on my Facebook post. Somebody on there did it.
Somebody did it.
Somebody on there
stuck
did it.
under a box somewhere, and I can't get out.
Somebody got me.
Yeah, this shit's fucking funny, dude. So, I mean, but yeah, so you know, I don't know, dude. We'll see. Like with the other stuff, we don't ghost hunt much anymore. So
no, which honestly, so like, dude, my daughter is getting into it, and as soon as we get a nice night that doesn't have 60-mile-per-hour fucking winds or rain or whatever, I'm actually gonna take her out, dude. And if she fucking gets into it, I'm gonna let her fucking pursue it, because fortunately enough for her, I can help her out if she wants to do it. So I'm gonna let her do it, man. And you're always welcome. I'll definitely hit you up.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Let me know. I don't know exactly if I'm I'll have to see what I'm doing at the time.
No, right. But I'm just saying, like, definitely, man, because she seems to be about it, dude. And I was telling her about her old escapades, and I actually still have the camcorder we used to use.
Nice.
I got the tape.
Nice.
I got the tape from Kasaki.
No
we went
shit.
down there.
No, that was it wasn't Kasaki. It was
close.
Cairo.
It was down that way.
It's Cairo. We investigated. It was funny, dude. It was actually a legit paranormal investigation team that hit us up and invited us to come on a hunt with them, and we did what was it, a bed and breakfast, dude, or some
Well,
shit,
it was a pagan flop house, is what it was considered. These people bought the place up to be a pagan flop house. So if pagans came into town, they can go in there and crash. It used to be a bed and breakfast to where they had 3 floors. Fuck, dude, 20 something rooms in the building.
Yeah, dude, it was big. I remember it being big, dude, and it was
huge.
It was a lot of fun, man. I don't remember having much experience there. Remember they did that?
Dude,
They had that wicked.
You don't remember those fucking cat prints going through the bed?
No,
dude, I caught that on camera. Dude, it was you, me, and 2 of the other people from the other team.
Smoke a lot of pot.
Well, dude, it was you, me, and 2 other people in another room. And they were telling us that they had experiences with a cat apparition.
Remember we brought Teardrop DJ?
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
But anyway, so we
Forge.
were in this room, dude, fucking recording, and we literally seen moving across the bed. You see the imprints moving across this bed. Cat, like, I don't want to say necessarily cat paws. But I don't want to necessarily say cat paws, but
cat imprints on the bed.
It looked like it moving through the bed.
Right.
And I literally caught this on camera. I have it on camcorder camera, like
old
tiny ass
shit.
Little cassette tapes.
Old school shit, dude. Yeah. So it's I mean, that's cool. Harm's getting into it, dude. You know what I mean? So like, it's, now you're kind of getting back into it, regardless.
Well, I mean, dude, not for nothing. So we used to watch Ghost Hunters, and there was actually, for my personal self, there was 3 particular people in that show that I felt were like trying to be legitimate about their craft, dude. And it was Jason Hawes, Steven Gonzalez, and Dave Tango, and they actually have their own show now called Ghost Nation. And what they do is they actually get called in from paranormal groups throughout the country to come in and help them. And when they come in, dude, like, they bring state-of-the-art equipment, dude, and they ask the residents to fucking beat feet for like a whole week, dude, and they'll investigate for a whole week.
Well, that's what you really,
in comparison to like a day or two that they were doing on
Well,
Ghost
that's
Hunters.
what I've always said too about the whole thing, man, about investigations is that, and you have to have 100% a controlled environment. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have like it near perfect for.
You gotta have some sort of lockdown, dude, to not have outside interference.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, it's a big thing for me. Like, evidence is a big thing.
Well, you gotta be able to lock shit down, bro. You can't go in there like, oh yeah, I got this, and then be like,
yeah.
You had this person walking around the kitchen.
Well, it goes
time,
back. it goes back to me doing like the whole outside thing, dude. Bro, it's just like it's cool to go and see it. It's cool to go and like it's creepy.
Well,
as
yo,
shit.
you remember that one time we were in Pine Woods? It was 4 of us, and I was walking a little ways ahead of you guys. I had the camera on me actually, and I happened to, like, halfway walking through, I ended up turning around. And you guys were like fucking 10 feet behind me. And you're looking at me like I was fucking weird because I turned around looking at you guys. But I swear, dude, I got grabbed on the shoulder, thinking it was one of you guys trying to get my attention.
Pine Woods or Oakwood?
Yeah, Pine Woods. It was Pine Woods.
Yeah. Dude,
Definitely Pine Woods.
100% believe it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different instance, though, instead of saying, okay, I heard something. You know what I mean? Like, if you like,
yeah, but how do you prove that though?
You don't.
How do you prove that?
You
like,
can't.
yo, something fucking touched my shoulder.
can't.
I swear on everything I love, something touched my fucking shoulder.
Pervy ass ghost.
Right.
Can't even file a rape charge.
Yeah, right. Not even
sexual
that.
harassment.
Right. If they would have whistled at me, I couldn't even prove that.
Yeah, no, but that's another part of that paranormal umbrella topic is like, it's paranormal because we can't prove it with natural science. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm not a scientist either, so
mainstream
even if I
scientist.
wanted to,
Well,
no,
but you get what I'm saying.
No,
You know what
right.
I mean, that's so. There's certain ways that they say that they can.
You got the Rona, bro?
Yeah, totally.
Keep that to yourself.
Yeah,
You're 6 feet away, right?
106 feet away.
Oh, sweet. All right, we're good.
Yeah, so
Good thing we have 2 mics.
I know, right? No, this is totally two dudes, one mic. We got two sets of headphones though.
Find us on multiple platforms. Two dudes, one mic.
Yeah. Nah, man. So like, I mean, yeah, that's fucking dope, dude. I want to try to get back into it, dude.
Well, so another tech thing though.
I kind of haven't really been into it much.
So again, you remember I keep hating to fucking pull off of these dudes, but you know that ghost hunter shit. So there was that dude Barry Fitzgerald.
So wait, you're riding pole?
Sure,
ghost
I guess.
hunter pole.
Whatever, dude. I really appreciated that they were fucking into disclaiming things than fucking proving them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would rather have
have
a skeptic that.
Well, have you ever seen any of the other ghost hunting shows?
Bro, I haven't been up to date with any.
Dude, but they're
of them
fucking like you watch them like they're all about like, nah, this is real. This shit happened. Da 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 da. Like,
well, I've heard of a couple super aggressive people.
Yeah, and I hate it, dude. But like, like them. But anyway, so this dude Barry Fitzgerald, dude, did the Ghost Hunters International. He was an Irishman. He came out with that, or I don't know who developed this fucking camera, but as far as I know, he was at least one of the people that did so, and it was the multi-spectrum camera that captures like 7 to 8 different spectrums of light, dude. Ultraviolet, infrared, like captured all spectrums of light to where like the stuff that you can't see with the human eye, it'll capture.
Right.
And there was compelling...
So scanning different spectrums?
Yeah,
right.
Dude. Like picking up stuff you can't see with the human eye. So like if you're sitting in an instance, like say in a dark room, and maybe you have a flashlight going. This thing's going to give off a flash, but the flash is going to pick up everything. Even the stuff that the flash shouldn't have caught. Like it's able to capture these different spectrums of light that you cannot see with your human eye.
Yeah. No, that's cool, dude.
It's super cool. And like there's
cool.
There's compelling things that this camera's caught, dude.
I'll have to see if I can check it out, dude, because I'd like to look into that.
Well, there was an episode on Ghost Hunters International. They were at a castle in Europe. I forget which one off the top of my head. But there was 3 different levels to the dungeon, and it was a torture dungeon. And Barry, the said person that worked on this camera, was up on the top level.
Kind of torture? Like the good kind?
Physical torture. No, not the fun kind. No, not the fun kind. Not where you have to have a safe word and you're cool.
Come on.
Like the stuff where you could have a safe word,
what era?
but the other people didn't give a fuck about your safe word.
What era? No. All right, so yeah, so anyways.
Before my time.
So anyway, but like... You have to find out the name of the camera for me so that way I can get some fucking...
It's a full spectrum camera.
Right,
you can look it up anywhere. You can actually buy it almost anywhere. And it picks up, like I said, 7 to 8 different spectrums of light.
Nice. That's cool. All right, cool, man. Well, we'll probably start wrapping this one up. You know what I mean? If you have no objections there, Sauce.
Well, I mean... real quick, though, just to kind of segue to the first episode... with COVID, how do you feel about the biblical aspect, seeing as though like we're talking about spirits and we kind of got touched on angels and demons and shit? What are your thoughts on like a biblical aspect of COVID, to where like God's like, bro,
I don't
fuck
believe
you
it.
guys.
I don't believe it. I don't subscribe to religion, bro. So like I think,
but again, what if you turn around and bang, you're sitting in a fucking hot place when the world comes to an end for you?
But again, then I would sit there and have to say, fuck, I'm sitting here in hell on my podcast saying, hey,
yes, we will be recording in the afterlife, by the way.
It's fucking real. You know what I mean? But no, I don't believe that.
I'll have to
shit
get a
at all,
ghost
dude.
box too if one of us passes away.
Yeah,
so
fuck
we can keep
dude.
recording.
Tell you, some fart noises.
Alright.
Ghost farts.
Like I said, I want the rest of you too, all you listeners.
But the next episode of Nonsensical Knowledge, we will kick it and chop it up about ancient civilizations and their impact on the world today. Possible ancient alien connections, lost civilizations like Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu. What happened to them and the advanced knowledge they held. Join us on the next episode of Nonsensical Knowledge to see what we find out. For anyone interested in supporting our podcast with a monthly donation that helps ensure that we can keep releasing content and doing our thing of talking nonsensical knowledge, follow this link and check it out. Maybe you can help, maybe you can't. Either way, it's appreciated. Anchor.fm/NKPodcast2020/support. This link can also be found in our Anchor profile or our Spotify description. Be sure to stop by and like and subscribe our YouTube page at Nonsensical Knowledge, and also check out our Twitter at NKPodcast2020 and Facebook at Nonsensical Knowledge pages for more updates, information, and content. For questions, comments, and information regarding the podcast, feel free to email us at our email at nkpodcast2020@outlook.com. So until next time, friends, we will see you later.
And real quick, I want to pass a shout out to Adam for giving us space today to do whatever while everybody's celebrating egg hunting and whatever else. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's liked, shared, posted, messaged, commented, emailed.
Keep doing it.
Everything.
Keep doing
for the podcast.
We appreciate it so much.
Give us feedback. Talk to us.
Holler
be
at
interactive. Love it. Be about it. Awesome. Thank you. Love you all.
Bye.
Appreciate you all.
Peace. Later.